Hi guys, it's Henry here from Amazon Podcast, and we have just received a little bit of a sponsorship from our new sponsor, Weird Farm Miniatures. Weird Farm Miniatures are a 3D printing company based in Denmark, and they've sent us some new models. So what I'm going to do is do a bit of an unboxing video, and you guys can see firsthand exactly what sort of quality these miniatures are. So, alright, what happened was I started to open the box, and as you could see, I was struggling with the packaging. Just first point, this packaging that this guy's done, it's not a big deal, but the amount of packaging that he put in just ensured that the models would arrive securely. And I think this is kind of pretty important when you're ordering very nicely sculpted resin models. So first impressions, oh my god, these sculpts are absolutely fantastic. I think this was the first one that I was unpacking in the video, and the detail of this model is insane. Like, you can see just from me spinning this slowly round that this is quite ridiculous for the way that 3D prints go. I've seen quite a few 3D printed models, but these are really good. You can see here that some of the supports are still there. I think this model probably has the most supports visible that I've had a look at. I've had a brief browse over. I'm not actually sure what this one is. I'm pretty sure it's from Valeria Miniatures range, and probably on the demon side of things on it if you're looking on Weird Farm's website. But yeah, very impressed with this one. Not sure what I'm going to use it for, but it's cool. This one is particularly impressive. It is a Sylvan Elf Shaman. It found it on the website under the Sylvan Elf category. It's 59 Danish kroner, which is about 7-8 quid. And just look at the detail, like the leaves and everything on that. It's also, you can also kind of see that it's pretty bendy, pretty durable. I'm just I'm flicking it, and it's the quality of all that detail is amazing, quite frankly, for a 3D print. And also just a really nice miniature in general. But I think the level of this is just, honestly, is astonishing. I will show you a couple more. This one is from the Bastarium range again. It's called, actually I'm not sure what it's called, but I did find it on the Swamp Keeper part of the Demon Legions area. You can see it's there. It also came with a base. I guess it fits in I'm not sure. Maybe it just stands up like that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know how I would attach that, but the quality in general is fantastic. Challenge you to find where the supports went. Oh, maybe just there a little bit. I'll tell you what. I'll get my knife out and I'll just have a go at it while we talk. That's that support gone. Didn't take much at all. I don't really see any other places really where there's actually any supports come through. You can see a little bit of slag there. Just going to trim it off. Yeah, so amazing quality. Can't really complain at all about this. yeah, great job, Weird Farm Miniatures, on these. So what I'm going to do now is I also got one of Alex has printed me some Combiner Cavalry, and these are the prints that I got from Alex. I just put a bit of green stuff there to cover up the hole where the shield goes because I didn't want to have shields on it. I'm going to use these as Thunderherds for my 9th Age army, and I mean you can see I've got a bit of just crap on there, some sort of thing from the base. But these took quite a lot of cleanup. No disrespect to Alex or, I mean, my own kind of printing capabilities here, but we printed these ourselves, and I mean, you can see that the quality is pretty good. There's a few areas maybe in the teeth where it's not perfect. And the detail is not lost, but it's not that sharp. I mean, you can see it's pretty good in there. To be honest, it's pretty good. You can see that on the top here, I've already had a bit break off because it's very, very fragile. And these ones do not bend as well as the other ones. This resin is like much more brittle than the resin from Weird Farm Miniatures, and it's much more difficult to clean off the support lines on this one. You can see here, just as an example, I'm having to like kind of not slice it off, but like chip it off because it's so brittle. I don't know if you could see that one on the camera as I like flicked it off, but yeah, it's not ideal, but it's still very good quality. I tell you what, I can see a little tooth in here which has gone already, and there's like a little bit of, I'll try and get it on the camera there. This is quite a sharp knife, so I'm just slicing through where it should have, the support's been. And you can see I'm not doing a very good job of it because it's so brittle. I'm actually having to cut gradually into the plastic. And that's not what you want when you have these very, very highly detailed miniatures. So I got 3 of these from Alex, and I wanted a 4th one for my unit. So I actually asked him to print me the 4th one. So this is the 4th one. And I mean, straight away you can see the contrast with the grey resin compared to the white resin. I'm just going to put them up together. They are actually, maybe he's done this one. Oh no, I mean, maybe in the camera it looks a bit different, but it's exactly the same size. But you can see just the details like on the teeth, where this one has printed the detail, but maybe not as well as it could have been. The contrast there is not great compared to this one, where it's like perfect. I mean, this is fantastic. There's a little bit of cleanup there on whatever like reed mat there is, but just the detail in here is phenomenal. I'm very, very impressed. I mean, you look at the kind of like the scales of the saddle. It's very, very much. The detail is crazy good. I mean, you can see a little bit here. This is the kind of thing what with Weird Farm you're going to have to clean off. This little bit here, boom, boom, very easy. I'm just going to finish off that. It just kind of pings off. This is almost like, it's almost like Games Workshop plastic level. I'm really, really impressed with it. I mean, even this like tiny bowstring. I mean, look at that. That's insane detail. I might actually have another one which is exactly the same and we can compare. Did I get a bowstring through Alex's model? No, it's not even on there. It's a little dusty from my print table, but yeah, there's actually no bowstring even there. I can't see it. It should be in here somewhere. But yeah, I mean, that's just to give you a level of the detail that I've experienced from these, and yeah, just generally very, very impressed. Maybe one other small thing to note, like on this one here, you can see where there's like a sword here and there's a tip of a sword, and like this is, I can fiddle with this. I can bend it don't know if you can really see me doing it on the camera. I can bend it. With this one, it's gone. It's already gone. It went when I was brushing it to clean the resin, to actually to treat it before we put it in the UV. As I brushed it, it came off, and that just shows like how fragile this sort of resin is compared to the Weird Farm resin. So yeah, thoroughly recommend this company. So far, fantastic experience, amazing quality miniatures, and a really nice range. The last thing I'm going to show you, just for the level of detail, I also printed it's called, I can't remember what the company's called. I think it's like Dragon Bond of Valeria or something. I printed this BSB model. It's like a mounted BSB. This is the actual character, and then this is the banner. I mean, that's fantastic. The kind of the detail on that. It's also very like bendy. I'm not in any way worried about this snapping, whereas with Alex's resin, I don't know if it's a cheaper resin, I would be a bit worried. You can see here there's a few supports that I'm going to have to deal with, but that's not too bad. See a few more on there, but there's like this little cavalry guy that he's going to go on, and tell you what I'm going to show you now. So this is the head of the thing. You can see the level of I need to clean that up a little bit, to be fair. But these little teeth, and this is his bottom of the mouth. And look at that. How a 3D printer managed to print that, I do not know. So I guess it's going to go on like that, something like that. And that for me was quite outstanding. I've even got these little whiskery mustache thingies that are going to go on as well. And they're bendy. I don't need to worry about them breaking. Super durable. I'm so impressed, basically. I know I'm gushing over this company, but I'm just very impressed, quite frankly. And I just couldn't recommend them more. The service has been great, and just like the quality of miniatures that we've been given, really, really good. So I also just wanted to add that I just glued this guy, and some issues that I've had with resin in the past is that it doesn't take to super glue very well. But this one took super glue really well. I haven't had to stand there and hold it for 10 minutes. Perhaps he's just cleaned it really well, and maybe that's all it is. And normally I just don't clean my resin well enough, but I mean that's just less work for me as a consumer, and I think that's a nice little touch. I just also wanted to give you some examples from some other print companies that I've had recently. So I used one in Jutland, in another company in Denmark, to make these. These have turned out really well, but you can see here where I've had to do some green stuff to fill in gaps. And again, on the foot here, I had to do a whole green stuff foot to actually fit to the base, and this has just added issues. I actually did contact the company about this one, and they sent me a new one, and that was great. But it's just more work and more time that you're not spending on painting miniatures. So that's also something to think about. These models from Weird Farm have been fantastic. I'm also just going to give you a few more examples of other 3D prints that I've had. This one's from Alex. It's worked out really well. These talons have been really fragile, and it took quite a lot of cleaning. Ignore all the crap on the base, but you can see here that there's a lot of bits that I still haven't bothered to fix, and there's a lot of like holes in the feathers which are going to take away some of the detail. And while Weird Farm do have some of these, as we saw on the flag, I'm just going to show you here. There's a few little holes on the flag. I feel like that this resin is much better quality than this resin, and that means that I can like kind of scrape it a lot easier without it shattering. I know for a fact that this resin shatters really well. Case in point being this wing from the same model that I've had to basically cracked it, had to lost a few pieces because it shattered, and then had to milli put over the top. It looks pretty rough on the camera, but I promise you my green stuff skills are better than that. And then the last one I wanted to show you is this model. Now this is a super high detail model. It's got tiny little feathers. You can see here where it's broken. You can see here where it's broken. Where am I? Here. You can see here where it's broken. And it also doesn't fit together that perfectly. This one I got from Etsy. I asked for my money back on this because of all the breakages that happened during the post. I think I lost some toes, maybe. I actually got 2 of these, so maybe the other one lost some toes. But yeah, so, I mean, that's me just broken another piece off right there just by slowly maneuvering it around. And I feel like models like this, this sort of resin, whatever sort of resin it is, does not really lend very well to these finely detailed models. I'm actually probably gonna ask Weird Farm to get me one of these because I do want to use it for my Dread Elf Manticore, because I feel like the resin is going to be such better quality and the print also probably a bit better quality. So yeah, can't recommend Weird Farm enough. If you have any thoughts or comments, please let me know on the comments below. You can get in touch with us on the forum at Henry P. Miller, or you can find us on Twitter, and if you want to send us mail, you can send us a mail to amatimedk@gmail.com.